Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I thought I'd make you another video because I just went to the psychic fair and my beautiful stone and gem people were there and they had this deck for me, the Aboriginal Goddess Chakra Oracle. And I was so excited. I'm actually going to put a deck for this in sale. I don't know how easy it is to get a hold of. I haven't checked or ever seen this deck before, but they had gone to a specialized place in Massachusetts and gotten a few decks of these. So I was very excited because I love anything, you know, that's Aboriginal or Celtic or tribal. So I was so excited when I saw this. I just wanted to hug Pat. I was so excited. So I got some wonderful stones there too, and they're going to help in your choice today. So it's going to be more messages that are coming in for you in May. I just feel like there's abundance of messages, everything that has to do with your jobs, very specific things, how some people are coping with pain or loss, how some people are dealing with their diets, or they're feeling bad because the summer is coming and they might have been overindulging. They want to be outside more. Some of you have also experience a recent loss of a pet. I can hear that is very heavy, or you're about to, they're unwell, and you're trying to come to terms with the grief of that because they are, of course, our family members, and it's very tough to deal with. So yeah, I can feel all of these energies swirling around. So I thought this would be the ideal oracle deck to use for this. So number one, we have the purple chakra fairy, and then we have this labradorite stone. Doesn't it look like there's just liquid fire in that, and like it's beautiful, like aurora borealis? Now the labradorite stone is really great because it helps to awaken its wearer's inherent magical and psychic abilities. It also protects us against negative energies while simultaneously strengthening our own positive energies. I'm going to post some of these stones in my store for you guys, as well as bracelets and things. I have all the stones, but I can make anything out of these, and I can do them like within hours. So it also helps to dispel depression and anxiety. It's one of the best anti-anxiety stones out there. My daughter was always drawn to this as well. I mean, it looks ridiculous like fairy magic stone, but it really, really does dispel depression and anxiety for sure, because it connects us to our physical and higher self. So according to like Inuit legends, labradorite is made from the same aurora borealis that comes trapped inside the rocks. See, like I hadn't read that yet, but that was always a phenomenon that I noticed, and I really do. I feel like it's like the sacred energy in there for sure. And you know, the Inuits that were up in northern Norway and Scandinavia, and they definitely have beautiful folklore. So now number two right here, this is the orange chakra fairy, which I love. That I loved when I was like, oh. So this piece I got today at the fair. Pat and Mike have these beautiful pieces that they go and collect, and when I come in, they just lay out all this stuff for me, and it's funny, I go crazy. Now this is called celestite, and this is also known as the angel stone, and it's very great with angelic communication. It helps us connect directly, and it's very calming. It really helps our dreams. I keep a piece of this by my bedside. Helps 100% with calm, beautiful, lucid dreaming. And it's great for rituals to clear and alleviate anxiety as well, and stress in situations, self-forgiveness, creative works it's wonderful for, and it definitely gives a protective energy field around the area that it's placed. So if you have a hard time at work, this is an ideal stone to have there. I like this on the kitchen table. I like this thing everywhere, forget it. But it can definitely be used to call one's angels for guidance and support, as well as psychic connection to the full oneness that's our universe, right? Beautiful stone for that. So again, if you want to go to my Etsy store after, I'm going to place some of these in there. And this, of course, is citrine. This is my birthstone, and this is lovely. This is going to be with the independent self. And this citrine is the stone of abundance, and it's also known as the merchant stone. People used to put them in their cash registers from like ancient times, knowing that it connected with abundance and money. So it's also the lucky stone. This and kyanite are the only two stones that carry zero negative energy. They actually dispel negative energy out of any other stones and areas around them. They're quite remarkable. Like onyx and obsidian work like a black hole where they pull that negativity out of the air, but at some point, like within a couple months, they should just be quickly placed in sea salt so it can eradicate and dissolve any of that energy. But this is a miraculous stone with that. And here I have selenite because I feel like it definitely magnifies what's going on. So we start our choices right now. Again, the purple chakra fairy with labradorite to the orange chakra fairy with our beautiful celestite, and then we have our independent self with our citrine. And we're going to see what messages are coming through for you guys, because I have very chatty guides. I was just in a room full of psychics and readers, and it was really lovely. And so let's see what is going on with the purple chakra fairy. I was very impressed when Pat showed me the book and I started reading. I was like, oh, I love folklore, and I definitely love anything Aboriginal and tribal. So let's see. I'm going to take a breath. I've been racing around today, so I'm going to slow down for a moment. So this says the purple chakra fairy represents the brow chakra, or third eye. It's located at the center of our forehead. Now this symbolizes the connection to our intuition and our unconscious self, which is linked to universal wisdom. So she is on a constant journey to seek the truth and better understand the wisdom of the world and the sacred ancients which have passed before her. So the wisdom gives her ability to understand things from a higher perspective. She trusts herself to know that the universe is not just what surrounds here in this world, but extends to other realms and other wisdoms. The purple fairy's ability to see beyond this world into others provides her with a keen sense of self-responsibility to follow her soul's path and to fearlessly trust her intuition and her psychic abilities, and know she has the guidance and knowledge of timeless wisdom shared by those who reside in the universal spirit. So she encourages you to trust in your inner self, which you're going to be doing, and acknowledges the knot which has taken up residence in your tummy of late. So what you are thinking is real. You already know the truth. It's time to find the courage to trust your intuition. So you're a practical person, and the decision you need to make is not really as hard as you think. You need to be responsible for yourself, and until you change this situation, you deny yourself self-respect and self-love. Once you have taken the action required, much support will come your way, and life will resume as it once was. Now, what I'm feeling in regards to this is you are taking on something that doesn't belong to you. Somebody's animosity, maybe a family member, maybe a teenager being disrespectful. I feel like that's part of it. Or a parent or a sibling, and possibly a boss at work or a coworker, where they are pushing their negativity into your realm and trying to make you feel less than. All this calls on is a little bit of courage to stand your ground and say, listen, this is unacceptable. I don't do this to you. I don't, and it could also be somebody who's just very complaining and very negative that's in your field, and they're just continually laying all their garbage and heaviness on you, and you have yet to just excuse yourself from that. And you have every right to, because, we never have to explain to other people why we don't want to be around them, right? We're not responsible for everybody's bad behavior and then having to make explanations why we don't want to be involved in it, right? That's not our area. We just excuse ourselves. You know what I mean? We're under no obligation to explain ourselves to anyone, and nor are you. And this is some of the energy. Oh, this is actually your card that goes with this. Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. I actually do feel like you have a very lovely spiritual presence around you, and all you have to do is ask. That's where the lack has been lately, where you just go, Archangel Michael or whomever, can you please come and release me from this negativity or this attachment, this psychic attachment that no longer helps me in any way, shape, or form. And then you can elevate. And I feel like that's what's going to be happening in March, because look, you do have all this amazing energy around you that you can see beyond the current situation. That's exactly what's happening when you slow down, step back, and see things in a really broad perspective, and you go, you know what, how much does this really serve my well-being? Is this calming for me? Is this loving energy? Does this help me? Or am I just saying yes to placate people and, going along to get along, which in the end serves nobody any good, because it seems kind of disingenuous as well as exhausting for you, right? So when you look and you say, people respect me more when I stand up for who I am and what I need, then I'm going to get what I want in the end, and people will know that I have boundaries and limitations. So it's all about that. People just, it's really about you just growing into your power and strength, because you have the Queen of Air, which says you're going to be more independent, experienced, realistic, and you're a witty person. I feel like part of this too is you feel like you do have some dependency, whether financial or a home issue, maybe living with a parent, sibling, work, something. There's some kind of substantial attachment to this person. So you maybe felt a little subservient, but you don't feel like that's a realistic approach anymore. So now you're seeking independence. Okay, you have life experience. You can garner all this magic by looking closely at things. okay? Your objective decision making can clear away all that no longer serves you. You know, see humor in the situation too. Sometimes family and work events become absolutely ridiculous. You know, they become comical, right? I remember going in one day in an utter snowstorm, and of course there were no people there because it was so crazy, but I felt obligated to be there. And basically all I did was eat some of the most expensive sushi in the world because it was like nobody was going to come in and it was going to go to waste. And I was like, well, I don't know if it was worth risking my life coming in to eat sushi and hang around and talk to the sushi people, but I'm game. But it is, that's what I mean, our weird thing when we feel obligated to do something that isn't necessarily our burden. It can be very funny. And when we look at it from that perspective, we don't take ourselves so seriously, nor do we want to reproach the people that are involved in it either, because people, you felt that, right? Just say you've come in a room and there's an argument going on. You feel that energy, right? It's heavy, it's weird, it's frenetic, and you can feel that, right? And oftentimes that happens in family and workplaces. And if we don't clear that energy by something, the right words that are said or something, it can carry over. So we really just need to take a deep breath, carry a stone with you. I always carry obsidian and dark stones for that because I feel like it definitely releases that negativity for sure, and it gets rid of that negative energy. And it's important because, you know, we need to dissipate, recalculate, and recalibrate and just get back on an even keel. We can't, it's like leaving the sink absolutely filled with dishes and waking up in the morning and having no coffee cups or anything. It's residual garbage. We don't want it, right? We want to clear the decks, and that's what you're going to start to do. And then you're going to be, aha, this refreshed moment. You're actually, this group, you're going to wake up refreshed and go, you know what, it's my choice to make. I trust that it's going to be a great day because I'm going to keep my thoughts in a positive, beautiful growth cycle where I'm expecting great things and I'm looking forward to like wonderful conversations, great meals, deep breathing. I was talking to another jewelry maker at the fair today, and she was saying, I'm surprised at how many people I talk to look like they're holding their breath. I'm like, absolutely. People take very shallow breaths. It's important to have those big, deep breaths, right? It's calming and it refuels us. So remember to do that too. So I feel like you have one more message here, and I am going to grab it from over here. So you got the Unity card. Wonderful. Archangel Sandalphon is saying traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, and seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So I feel like where this is important, like I'm on Instagram, if you'd like to come see me, I'm on Sparkrist11. This is how I start my day, and I go with like-minded people that like funny memes, spiritual memes. They post readings, they do all these fun things, and we really lift each other up and have a good laugh. Some of my friendships that have been formed have been over on Instagram with really fun people. And you know, if you go and you visit the right people, you'll be elevated. So do that. Go have a look over on my Sparkrist11 Instagram page, and then you'll meet some other people and you'll see other postings, and it's really wonderful because there are some wonderful tribes people over there, and I adore them. So wonderful energy for you. Yeah, this is all about standing up, going into this growth process, standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, working through issues, being independent. Beautiful, beautiful energy for you, Group 1. Love and light to this group. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. They will be added very soon if they're not there right away. And everything is down there from my Instantgo, which is a great service that I can do quick answers right away. My private reads, my Etsy store, which I'll have more stones. I'm going to post, not this one though, because I just love this so much, but I'll put my stones in there, and my new spring jewelry is in there. And again, like I say, I custom make anything. If you send me a picture of something you like, I can duplicate it. I can duplicate almost anything. Yeah, especially if it's beaded jewelry. I've done it for so many years, and I like to do that. Or if you show me several pieces and go, could this be a combo? Yeah, and it's like, and I do it very reasonably because I already have the stones. I have just thousands and thousands of different stones anyway. So love and light to you guys. Good for you, standing up for what you believe in, unlocking, your ancient wisdom by just slowing down and being observant, meditating, eating well, eat brain foods, keep yourself hydrated, take care of yourself. So now we're on to the orange chakra fairy. I love these. It's like I never saw this deck or heard of it. So when I came in, I was so excited. I was like, Pat, give me that deck. Gimme. Okay, so the orange chakra fairy represents the sacral chakra, located in your lower abdomen. Now, this fairy teaches us how to be happy and confident. She's happy and presents herself as confident and sociable. Her skills in working harmoniously with others often leads to her success in whatever she's putting her energies to. Even when others may perceive that she has failed in a task, she does not see it that way. Her enthusiasm and self-assuredness sees it only as a minor setback, and she will always embrace the lesson that is learned as part of her adventure. So this fairy also has a zest for life, such as you do. People will watch you flit by with no baggage, no inhibitions, and then often find it difficult to understand that you are also a deep and thoughtful person. On the outside, you appear as a happy person full of life, always seeking the next adventure. However, you're much, much deeper than this. Your behavior of heading straight into the burning building when everyone else is exiting tends to scare people and leads them to believe you're reckless. On the contrary, you possess the insatiable need to lead a full life and experience all the lessons that Spirit has to offer you. Don't succumb to the fears of others. Continue to live your life to the fullest, and peace and understanding will bring you courage, and you will be a positive example of strength of character, which you are. But I feel like this group, you might have felt a little left out or an oddity, because you really are. You're very ebullient. You have that lovely Palladian fairy-like blood where you're like, I want to experience, I want to live life. And you don't heavy yourself down with the 3D logic and consequences and all of that, and I have to do this and that. You have a very high vibration and frequency, and often a lot of people are a little bit envious of that of you. That's why they sometimes offer that annoying advice of, oh, well, make sure you do this and that. Sometimes they almost feel like it's a crime, like you get away with things nobody else can, because you're lighthearted about it and you go in so well-intentioned that things turn out in your favor. And if they haven't, they're going to start to, because I feel like you're having this beautiful infusion of life vibrancy energy, which is basically you knowing that you can set a positive sort of beam out there for yourself. It's you set out this vibration knowing that you're going to succeed, knowing things will turn out well, knowing that you're divinely protected and all that, and things just start to go your way. Oftentimes when we do have that lovely full attitude of course this is going to go well, it just simply does, because you're not bogged down or changing the energy or diffusing it by thinking negatively, right? So other people do have a little bit of envy towards that, so who cares? That's their business, right? You also have the white witch energy, be the light. I was watching this reader today that made me laugh, and she was like, you have a couple people that are jealous of you right down to your jewelry, which made me laugh. And then she's like, and even, the milkiness of your skin, it doesn't even matter. And she was doing a general read. She's like, it doesn't even matter if it's white skin. It's just that milky creaminess. She's like, people get jealous over the weirdest things. They get jealous out of maybe people's smiles. They get jealous over people's rims on their cars. And it is true. So sometimes people do that. But you're very happy-go-lucky because things go in your favor. It's more like an envy, like they wish they had that. And, but it's very accessible. People don't know that if they just change their attitude, they can change the mood, the outcome, the energy, and where their focus goes. They just sometimes can't get out of that subconscious pattern. But you have done that, and it's beautiful. And part of that is you are becoming the light. You're realizing that when we come from a place of authentic love and we want others to do well as ourselves, we give out a vibe, we give out a feeling. It's like that animal that you look at, and that animal looks trusting and loving and kind to you. You exude that as a human. It's an entity, it's an energy, it's a feeling, and you make other people feel comfortable, collected, and like you have their best interest at heart. So you come across as very trustworthy, which of course you are. And with the 7 of fire energy, which is beautiful, you're going to very easily be able to defend your beliefs and decisions now. You're standing your ground. You're choosing your battles wisely, because there's 1 or 2 areas that I feel like some people have a bone of contention with you. It's either at work or maybe at home, where people they want to be right more than they want to be kind, and you're starting to realize, you know what, that's just not fair. You're not going to accept the unacceptable anymore. If somebody's been taking advantage of you or not showing you that they value you, you're quite done in that scenario, and you're going to let them know, listen, I put up with some stuff for quite some time now, and you've underestimated me, so it's time for me to go, whether at work, whether in a relationship, whatever it is. Or you're going to stop doing some service or thing, giving people rides or doing whatever you do, lending money, doing things out of the goodness of your heart that is not receiving the respect and value back, and you're simply going to let it go because it's not your responsibility, which is lovely. You're you're starting to realize, you know, I don't need to give away my time in anything. Yeah, and you have a lovely protection guardian right now that's saying you can drop your shields. You don't have to be defensive in any way, shape, or form, because if anybody comes at you, it is their issue right now. You might have a person here and there saying something. It's their energy, and you're going to recognize it, and you're just going to let it go, which is beautiful. It's exactly what you should do. So great energy. Number 2, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Come check out my Etsy store, and my every single thing is down. There's the Goddess Provisions box, my Patreon page, everything is down there. So now we're going to go on to independent self. That sounds pretty good, independent self. I like that. So independence is a great trait to be developed and nurtured, but it should not be combined with our ego. We are all social beings, and we need one another to love and learn from. So too much independence can create lonely and inflexible people, which is no way to travel in our life's journey. We need to share our experiences with one another in an effort to get the most out of this life. Being controlling or isolating oneself will not enhance our learning experience in our journey. So you've been in the limelight now a little bit. As a result, you could become a little bit jaded by it, you know what I mean? And it can cause problems. You could have some issues going on in close relationships if you have this card, but no harm has been done. It's just your friends and family are missing your involvement in their personal life, and they would like you to come reconnect with them. Jim Carrey had a great quote on that, saying how, you know, it's hard sometimes to re-engage with people when you have the peace and quiet of your own company, and it is. It really is. I know that. I work solely by myself, and sometimes when I go out in public, it seems harsh and loud and unworthy of any kind soul. Really, we get in your car and everyone just acts crazy, right? So right now you have the Mother Earth card that says you're going to feel loved and comforted. You know, May is going to usher in all this beautiful warmth and generosity with your friends and family, and you're going to feel highly valued, cherished, and loved, which, you know, it's a good feeling, and it's about time, because I feel like you have had a couple issues with people in the past where you're like, why am I bothering? Does anybody even care? They're going to show they care, and they're going to show their love to you right now, which is very, very important. And you also have the 4 of air. So I feel like it is time for a rest or vacation. Allow more time before making a decision, whatever's coming up. If you have a big decision, whether it's to change a vocation, location, or any of those things, a meditation may provide the answers. Also, writing down a list, the pros and cons. 5 pros, 5 cons. Keep it easy. 5 pros for accepting this job, 5 cons. And whichever stares out more glaringly and you sit with that energy, it'll help you also listen to what resonates with you. For sure, because sometimes, you know, it takes a little bit of extra clarity with that. You know, we just need that. But I do feel like you're in for some amazing times, because you got the celebration card. So something's coming up. Let go and have fun. You're going to be going to an event or two in May, and it's going to be really nice. Graduations, maybe a wedding or something. And you're going to have a beautiful, restful time. And you're going to start feeling the sun, the restful energy that's coming your way for the summer, where you can have some lazy days and take it easy on yourself. A great deal of life has to be with restful experiences, where we really get to take things in. The one place where I think time stops for me is in an art gallery. And I don't know why I don't live in them, because I absolutely, when I go in there, I don't hear anything, I don't see anything but that piece of art I'm looking at, especially if it's like a Vermeer or something. Oh my God, any of those Dutch experts, I'm like, they blow my mind. I'm like, oh, I love the light, I love the styles of all of those. Or forget if the Gustav Klimt or any of those are around. It's like, it just is transportative. And I feel like you're really in the mood to be social, but like sit back and quietly observe, so you don't have to give so much energy. Like, you understand now what it is to receive and allow, and it's a more restful presence for you. So I love that. So this was your last card over here. And you have Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. I feel like you have a passion project that you put on the back burner, but you're going to be able to attempt it and start it in May, and you're happy. Writing, music, whatever it is, you're going for it. You're going for it. You're going to try out for that play, that movie, whatever it is. You start your own YouTube channel. You have something in the bag that you want to start, and you're going to take the steps towards it, because you realize you have the potential. And hey, fortune favors the bold, so you're going to do it. So love and light to you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. All my links are down below. Everything, my Etsy store, my Patreon page. If you want a private read, everything is down there. And come see me on Instagram at Sparkwist11. I do daily posts, and it's such a lovely tribe, and it really raises all our vibe. We do crazy, funny memes. We all connect with each other. And that's how I can receive my fastest messages. If you ever have a question or inquiry, I love to relay information through messages. It's fast and it's simple. So love and light to you guys.